more consideration. However, the differences arise from the value of the relationships we have with the animals, as Macaulay was explaining with Caritas, in which the distinction comes with the relationship that we have with them and the personal or human perspective that we have towards different animals. For example, our pets versus the animals that are consumed.
Okay, let me push on this thing. So, do you want to say that the mere fact that I like my pets is not the reason why we should count our relationship with my pet? And there has to be something else like, I have had a history with my pet, my pet's kept me company when I'm sick or whatever. I mean, do you want to add some additional thing, or do you want to say that I like my pets, that's all you need to say?
So, like I was saying in our rebuttal, you do have some connection with your pet, and like an example that you just stated, your pet is your companion. They can sense when you're down, and they try to bring your spirits up. It is because of this relationship between the pet and its owner that warrants this distinction. For example, I have no relationship with any one of the 500 cows in a farm, let's say somewhere out in the California country. I have no distinction. That's probably why that will end up being my dinner later today, right? But my pet at home, my cat knows when I'm down and when I'm sick, and is able to offer me that companionship, and that's how the human perspective and human experience changes and is able, and that's how we are able to make that distinction, because we do have a connection with our pet, and they have a connection with us as well, where I have no emotional connection with the cow and said farm and out in the country. But I, as a moral agent, do have and give moral consideration to that cow, because let's say as a moral agent, I then try to buy organic or buy from companies that do kill their animals in a humane way. So that's how I would answer your question.
So, is your position that so long as the animal is treated well, that gives us some sort of permission to eat it? Is that the source of our revulsion, or is that because the question is ultimately about whether feeling of revulsion is morally permissible or not. If you're saying, I think what you're saying is yes, it is permissible because some animals have a relationship with it, and some animals don't have a relationship with it. So I guess what I'm asking is if I have certain kinds of relationships with my cat, for example, but I don't have relationships with other people. Does that make it okay for me to say eat my friend's cat, but not my cat?
Our answer to that would be no. Of course you shouldn't go and try to eat your friend's cat. And also, like I previously mentioned, you as a pet owner sympathize with other pet owners, so you are able to give that one animal a value and understand that cat is someone else's pet, and give it value and distinguish it in that way. Also, that cat is a pet, so they're not farmed and raised for the general consumption. And that's how I would answer your question. That no, because you wouldn't.
Okay, so so if we're to raise humane animals for them to be consumed, wouldn't those animals being raised in a humane setting be treated more like pets? And wouldn't that then make them off-limits to us?
majority consume pets, and that's why that, or, sorry, not pets, they consume meat. Sorry. Yeah, the majority of people consume meat, whether it's poultry, fish, or some, or beef, or some kind of other protein. But that's why it is a market, right? There are many farms, and people, the economy thrives from that. But the point I want to make is that because it is a necessity, it is done in a humane way where there's such practices where they blindfold the animals so that the animals experience less harm, and that's why in said market, since it's a necessity, they have certain humane procedures.
Thank you.
Kyle's going to be Judge 1, Judge 2, and Judge 3. Okay, so it's going to be in this order.
Make a quick announcement. We'll start the final at 4:10 to give you guys a few minutes. Go use the restroom, whatever you guys need to do. And you guys are going to be going against San Jose State, number 2.